This video is brought to you by the EA Creator Network. Hello again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a brand new video in The Sims 4. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and thank you so much once again to the EA Creator Network for allowing me early access to The Sims 4 Werewolves. Today we are building a farmhouse for a family of werewolves. This is already available on the gallery and I had so much fun creating this house. So my first speed build using the new pack was a werewolf starter home. I will link that up in the top right hand corner for you now if you haven't seen that already, but that was our first look at the pack. This is our second look at the pack, and I will also be doing a world overview as well as a build buy overview as well sometime over this weekend. I've kind of mixed up the what am I trying to say? The order in which I was going to be releasing all of these videos, but I really didn't think it mattered. I had in my mind that I wanted to do like an abandoned farmhouse kind of build for this particular werewolf family, so I'm hoping we achieve that with this. I very loosely based this build off a reference image that I found on Pinterest. I have since unfortunately lost it, so I can't put that on the screen for you now. If you search for abandoned farmhouse on Google Images or Pinterest, you will find something very similar to this house, but we are building on the, I think it's a 30 by 20 lot or a 30 by 30 lot or something like that in Moonwood Mills. Is it Moonwood Mills? I've called this Moonwood Farmhouse. It just doesn't sound right when I say it. I was struggling with what to call this build, but I figured if we call it Moonwood Farmhouse, it kind of gets the idea across. So my idea with this build was that this was once a fully functioning farmhouse. It acted like a completely normal farmhouse and there was a family that once lived here. However, once werewolves started appearing in this world, the family have since moved out and it was abandoned for a while, and then a family of werewolves found it, kind of took it over and made it their own. So it's very run down sort of looking. It's very homey at the same time, or at least I think it is anyway. That was kind of the inspiration about this build, so I'm hoping that you guys have some sort of use for this. And now that the pack has been released worldwide, so exciting. This is probably one of the best game packs that we have received for a while, at least in my opinion. Like, what do you guys think of it? Have you bought this pack? Have you played with this pack? What are your thoughts? My thoughts so far, I love the build and buy items. I haven't delved into any gameplay. I haven't checked out the cast as of yet, but the build buy items in the world, from what I've seen so far, is absolutely incredible. I'm so blown away by this pack. And it's so nice to see the Sims community have a buzz. I also mentioned this in my recent speed build, but it's so nice to see the community have this buzz about a pack. We haven't had that for some time, I don't think, and it's just really refreshing to see. Anyway, as you can see, we are working on the exterior of this build. It's very run down. As I was explaining before, the idea behind it was that it's an abandoned farmhouse that's been taken over by a family of werewolves. So I wanted this house to look really run down and just really abandoned. So I'm hoping we achieve that with this. Please let me know down in the comments down below what you think of this build. I'm very what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm not very good at voiceovers, so you'll have to bear with me. It's not that I'm not good at voiceovers, it's that I'm not very good at expressing myself sometimes. I'm a big advocate for farmhouses in The Sims. I love doing farmhouses, specifically in Henford-on-Bagley, which is the world that came with cottage living. So what I figured was, can I somehow combine that with the brand new Werewolves pack? And this is what we came up with. So I thought abandoned farmhouse kind of makes sense, because this seems like the kind of world and or town that would have had a fully functioning farmhouse at some point. So I thought for the storyline it would work really well. And as some of you may be aware, if you are subscribed to me, and if you're not, please consider doing so, because we are about to start a new Let's Play on the channel next week, which I'm really excited about. I haven't done a Let's Play on the channel ever, so this is brand new to me, but I'm very excited to be able to delve into the gameplay from this Werewolves pack. But I figured this could also be part of the Let's Play. So I'm thinking of maybe creating a family to live here, or I'm going to see if the world populates this house with some sort of family. I don't really know as of yet, but I have used the same save file to build my starter house and then this house as well. So this will be appearing hopefully at some point during the Let's Play. I feel like if it is abandoned, then maybe it would be kind of nice not to have a family live here as well. I don't know. I don't know the logistics of it right now because I'm still trying to work out in my head where I want to go with this Let's Play. I'm also trying not to overthink it too, because if I overthink it, then I'm going to be trying too hard with it. And I maybe need to just step back a little bit and then sort of see what happens organically as I play through. So as you can see, we are using a lot of debug items from the Werewolves pack, as we did with our first build. The debug items in this pack are definitely some of the best that we've seen so far. And I believe this house is 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. I believe it came in under 60,000 simoleons, which surprised me, and I don't know why, because it does seem realistic because we did, use a lot of debug items for the landscaping and things like that. There's not too much going on at the back. I did put a few planters and a bit of a seating area as well, because what I wanted was to have more sort of going on at the front of the build. So we have moved on, again to the inside of the house. So we are just trying to work out the floor plan. It's very, very simple because it is literally just a rectangle on top of a rectangle with a smaller square on the right hand side on the lower level. But we have a kitchen dining area, we have a downstairs bathroom, an entryway, and then quite a large living area as well. So we start on the living area, I believe. Yes, we do. I'm just using this wallpaper. I think it's from City Living. It kind of has the staining along the bottom, which I thought fit in quite well. So we do start on this room here. Now, there's no television or anything like that in this build. I figured just to keep things a little bit more realistic, I can't really imagine a family of werewolves would have much use for a TV. If you do decide to move a family on in here, please feel free to add a television. I just thought for sort of like the realism side of it, not adding one was definitely more realistic. So we do use a lot of items from the new pack. I did speak about this before in my very first speed build, but I love the items that came with this pack. They're very makeshifty. They would work perfectly in a rags to riches challenge as well, which is wonderful. So if you are into those sort of challenges, if you're into renovating houses, then this pack is wonderful because most of the items are very run down and they look like they've been made by Sims. Like they look like they've been sort of put together and taped up, and it's just wonderful. There's so much character in this pack. So for me, that's what makes it one of the better game packs that we have received so far. So I did try to use as many items as possible from this pack because I wanted to showcase as many as I could in this particular build. I also used various items from other packs too. So like on the outside, there's the overgrown ivy and things from Cottage Living. I added some vines from the Vampires pack as well. I was going to add some cracks from the Vampires pack, which I believe came with Vampires, just to add onto the exterior. But because the brickwork's quite cracked anyway, I figured we didn't really need to do that. So I do add a fireplace from Cottage Living into this room because I figured it worked quite well. And the general and overall colour scheme that I was going for, I don't really have one, if I'm being completely honest, because the idea behind this house is that a family of werewolves have moved in and they probably make their own furniture. They probably find the beds and the sofas and the chairs lying around outside and they've brought them back home and they've just built it up over the years. So there's definitely not a colour scheme going on in this house. That was not important to me whatsoever. I feel like if you get too matchy-matchy with things like this, then it turns into more of a design concept than something that's organic and raw. But we do use a lot of items from the paranormal stuff pack as well because I feel like this new werewolf pack integrates itself really well with packs that we already have, specifically, in my opinion, Cottage Living, Strangerville, and Paranormal as well. Please let me know what your thoughts are on that. Anyway, we have moved on to the kitchen, and again, going for this sort of rundown, shabby chic sort of look. So I do use these counters they're either from Cottage Living or the Country Living kit that we received. I can't remember which, but they look kind of like wooden and scratched and run down. And we do use a new dining set from the Werewolves pack, which I think works really, really nicely, along with this really cute cactus plant that we received in a base game update that we received around, I'd say 2 months ago now, give or take, but I thought that worked really well as well. And then this shelving unit, we just add some clutter items on here, which I think it just works. Again, this house is not matching. It's not supposed to be matching. It's just supposed to be a place where the werewolf family has made their own, and they're just trying to make it as homey as possible. But like, they are werewolves at the end of the day, so they don't have like this specific design going on. It's just very functional. It's not necessarily decorated, but again, they take pride or a certain amount of pride in where they live. There's like the odd plant lying around, and they're really trying, and it's like a really cute trying, if you know what I mean. That was sort of like the thought process behind this build. And again, I had so much fun playing around with these items, because when I was doing my starter house, I wasn't necessarily able to utilize as many of the build buy items as I could, because I was restricted by the price of the build. So it was really refreshing and really nice for me to actually delve into a larger house and explore some more of the options. So we have moved on to the upstairs. As I said before, this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, which is perfect for smaller or medium-sized families. If you wanted to put a second child in the children's room, please feel free to do so. There is definitely room to do it. I decided against it because I wanted to clutter it up more with more like decorative items and things. So you can definitely add a second bed in here, as you can see. Before, I was trying to work out where the doors were going, because I clearly forgot that I was supposed to add doors to rooms. Classic. So I just decided to keep it as like a single sim bedroom. But again, feel free to add another bed. You could add bunk beds in here as well. That would work quite well. Whatever you need to do. There's a lot of land outside as well, with it being a slightly larger lot and not a very big house. So if you need to extend the house for your needs, then please feel free. What is happening? Please feel free to do so. You guys know that if you download this house, you are free to make the changes that you need to make to fit your needs. So I love how this bedroom turned out. I think it looks really, really sweet. It's really sweet looking, but it's also like very werewolf-like. That was definitely sort of like the general theme that I was trying to go for with this house. And I had so much fun doing this. I can't even tell you. I had more fun doing this room than I did with probably any of the other rooms in this house, and it's probably because I haven't actually been able to use any of the items, like the kid sort of friendly items, as of yet. Because with my starter house, if you haven't seen that already, then please go check it out, because it's quite a fun video. I'm just saying. I wasn't able to utilize most of the items, so it was really nice to make a more family friendly house for werewolves. And again, I cannot wait to start my Let's Play, because I haven't watched any gameplay videos. I'm trying to stay away from it, just in case I sort of get like inspiration from any of it, like not knowingly, and I'm not wanting to copy anyone. So that's why I'm just waiting to sort of see how everything happens organically. Anyway, this is the master bedroom. There's not as much going on in here as the children's room. It wasn't as much fun to put together, but it's still really, really cute and like makeshifty, and definitely in keeping with the rest of the house. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. Your werewolf sims, they might have to shimmy over if there's a couple of them, or one of them might have to sleep outside or sleep on the sofa. I don't know, you're gonna have to work it out, because this room is a very odd shape. So a lot of items going on in here. Again, makeshifty items, like it's just so much fun, and it's so cluttered. And I had a really good time getting this room together as well. But you will be pleased to know that I am about to wrap up, because we are about to run out of footage. But you can get this house from the gallery right now. My origin ID is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, are linked down in the description box below. You can get them for free from Sim File Share. But thank you so much once again, everyone, for joining me here today. You all take care, and I will see you next time I post a video. Bye!